Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. It's Sensei Pink and I'm coming back to you guys for my review on the Kiss Bet episode 130. Guys, as I've said like yesterday and in the previous video, I've missed a couple of weeks. So therefore I'm going to just lightly recap from episode 129 down from I think 126 or 126 to 129, whatever the case may be, wherever I missed, and that's just gonna be it. So let's get into it. To lightly recap episode 127 of the Kiss Bet, Patrick is hanging out in the newspaper club room with Rose, and Rose is just like, look, you gotta stop hanging out here, and I don't know why you just don't tell Tammy how you're really feeling. Patrick is just like, I don't know what to say to her because I don't know what I'm feeling, but I'm hoping that she would eventually catch the hint. And right from this moment, Rose stops whatever he's doing because he's like throwing a ball and is just like, Patrick, you really expect me to sit here and let you make up your mind about some girl that you don't even really like? And I'm not gonna sit here and let you do that because number one and number two and number three and number four and number five and number six, number seven, number eight, number nine, and number 10. I am not a second choice. And I'm gonna let you know that right now. You need to decide your feelings immediately. Rose then kicks Patrick out the newspaper club, and Patrick is just like, you know what, fine. I am gonna tell Tammy how I feel. And right as soon as he opens up the door, he sees Tammy on the other side, opening up and basically looking for him. Getting into episode 128, Sarah is just leaving that whole blush fest that she had with Oliver and is trying to just focus on Joe. She eventually bumps into Joe and gives him his lunch, and the two sit down and somehow end up talking about Oliver. In this conversation, Joe ends up thanking Sarah for taking care of both Oliver and him, and states that she is the best girlfriend ever. Cutting over to Tammy, we see that Tammy was standing right outside the door before Patrick walked outside and heard everything that they said. And after Patrick comes out and basically they come face to face, she just says like, I didn't realize that I was here and I meant to go look for the bathroom, and runs away. We then end that episode with Rose basically saying like she probably heard everything that was just said, and Patrick just like, crap, I didn't want things to happen this way. Now getting into episode 129, Sarah Lynn is all home alone studying, and then she's invited out by Patrick so the two of them can go to Hot Pot. To keep things short, honestly, this episode is just them dancing around each other's words and, what's going on with them. And basically, in the end, they both end up kind of giving a pass for each other and silently decide that they're going to have to figure out what's going on their own and in a very secretive way. That's just a summary of this episode, honestly. Now getting into episode 130 of the Kiss Bet, we start off with Vicky and Joe basically cleaning up Kiki's kitchen at the end of the day as customers finally leave. As Joe begins wiping down some tables, Vicky comes up to him and is just like, I just want to say that you are just doing a good job. She then hands him his paycheck and also brings out his favorite soda so that they can kind of celebrate him finally getting a paycheck so that he can get a new phone. Vicky, as the two sit down, Vicky is just like, look, this isn't even about you getting your new phone or being able to get your new phone. This is about me hoping that you do not quit because we are severely understaffed and we need you, Joe. After Joe is basically like, look, I'm not going anywhere because I need the money, Vicky's just like, look, you're our employee of the month, and if you ever need some extra hours or you need anything, my mom will be more than happy to let you do it, okay? And now, all blushing because Vicky complimented him, he's just like, you know what, thank you, Vicky. And shortly after, we see Joe kind of blushing and glancing at her. Moving along, we pick up with Oliver doing his math homework when while he's doing it, he notices the note that Sarah gave him at lunch. Our boy instantly starts blushing and also tries to hold back his laughter. Unfortunately, him holding back wasn't good enough because he just begins hysterically laughing about how much of a klutz Sarah Lynn is. After having a little laugh break, he grabs his glasses and then he begins thinking about when Sarah Lynn tried them on like last episode. He also thinks back to her comments of basically him being a kid and then just tries to figure out how did he get himself in this situation. Suddenly, he hears the door open and throws his glasses on and pretends to keep doing his homework when Joe walks in. The two talk about his new paycheck and how much he saved for a phone, but then Joe starts getting into how Vicky basically wanted to celebrate him working hard and basically this small achievement. And this kind of catches Oliver's attention. Seeing that Joe now has enough money to buy himself a phone, Oliver's just like, okay, so now that you have enough money, you're quitting, right? And Joe's just like, no, I'm actually not, because we need the money. And Oliver's just like, look, I do tutoring and I make money, and essentially I could provide for us both. Oliver then goes on to say something interesting, in which he says like, I live terrified of turning into mom every day. So shouldn't you be more careful? And after this, he slams the door and is just like, look, I'm going for a walk, and leaves Joe just like kind of sitting there with a blank stare. Now guys, first of all, I'm not gonna even go into the old episodes, but this episode definitely showed me, as I've been saying, and I've been saying it, that Joe still likes Vicky, and he does not know that yet. Like, I don't understand what's his problem that he just cannot get that through his skull that he likes Vicky. And what's actually infuriating Oliver is just like, I know that I mean from past episodes that their mom has like married like a bunch of guys because she's always falling in love and other stuff like that. And just thinking about his comment to Joe saying like, you know, you don't wanna, I live terrified of ending up like mom, and basically he needs to be more careful of that too. He's kind of implying that Joe needs to stop before he hurts someone. And I don't know, it just doesn't seem like Joe's picking up on that. Like, I really don't know where the screw is loose in his head, but I think he needs to come to that conclusion pretty quick. And I hope that maybe in next episode he kind of like sits back and takes in what Oliver just said to him, and not just is just like, oh well, you know, whatever you said to me, I forgive you. And Oliver's just like, oh, I didn't mean to say that. No, I kind of really hope that he's just like, what did Oliver mean by that? And takes in and evaluates his own feelings for Sarah, because this is just, it's getting a little out of hand, man. Like, and I know that he's not like hard pressed like flirting with Vicky, but the longer he stays there, the more he's putting himself, I don't know how to say this, at risk. And we already know that his feelings for Sarah aren't as genuine as he thinks they are. So that being said, let me know, what do you guys think in the comments below? And what do you think Oliver meant? Do you feel like he meant what I'm saying he meant, in terms of turning out like their mom, and basically implying that Joe needs to get his shit together and get his feelings together? So guys, that's gonna do it for this week. Be sure to go follow me on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, wherever you can. And also be sure to hit that like, subscribe, and notification button if you'd like to see more of me, Sensei Pink, and I'll see you guys next week.